but 4 times I don't believe so.
Pool moved twice?
Yeah.
You won't fill a pool.
Well, we're over at Bumper's place. He's got him a new fancy dyno, roller dyno. It's pretty nice. I mean, for stuff that doesn't make, you know, over 1,000, like this thing's mint. It's pretty quick to load the cars onto it. One thing that it does really well, I think probably better than our hub, we think, is the ability to it does like a 1/4 mile pass or 1/8 mile pass on it, and the ability to just kind of drive it and bang gears under all the power. Like, we've never really done that on the hubs, and some of the reason I think it's really a lot harder on it. On that, we're all bolted down. There's no tire to give, nothing. So it's really hard on the drive line. Here, we're on a regular tire. Things can move around a little bit more. So it's perfect for this. Says it hasn't been shifting 1-2 for a while, and it's normally under power. If you just drive him down the driveway, it shifts all day with no issues. But when he's out wide open at the track, it says it doesn't shift. So I'm gonna throw it on here, go Watt, and we're gonna find out if Moo's telling the truth or not. Because the good news is he hasn't looked at a single data log to tell if it's done anything. So.
I don't need them electronic sensors to tell me when my car up.
This is a dyno lie detector.
Yeah. I don't need none of them electronic sensors to tell me when my car's up. All right.
Yep.
So we strap down the back. Moo's gonna fire it up, go like 10 mile an hour. That'll center itself on the rollers, and then we'll crank them down for dear life and let it rip. You ain't got a dime in it. We don't care.
It looks like an elephant on a frickin' tricycle in there, dude. He's all hunched over and shit in there. You need to get a bigger tire, bud. You don't really fit that thing.
I love this. I don't care. It's a pain in the ass that tries to kill me, but I love it.
What should we choose?
Tie rods, maybe, to straighten him out. He needs to bend the steering rack out a little if we can hook to it.
So all your inputs and outputs go through this.
Okay.
Like you can hook this up to boost and it'll data log boost.
Oh, nice.
That line there.
Okay. It does actually have some AC85 in it too. That'll keep it alive, maybe.
Nice.
Have a safe trip.
Yep. You don't need a steering wheel, bud.
I've seen some weird shit out, you know, like that's
If it takes off, just head right to the house.
I'm going right back to Fred.
Fire her up. Ready. Let me turn on the old fan and put the big one in front of it.
Have your hat there, you don't want to lose that.
Yep.
Boy.
Yeah, are we gonna shoot
Vega
flames? Okay, only into the cabinet, so that's okay.
Oil mostly, but typically shoots out.
I'm gonna get this in place. I'll tell you what we're gonna do so you understand.
It'll still shift.
What?
It'll still shift right now. It only doesn't shift is when it makes power.
Oh, well then let's give it maybe 10 pounds and just see what everything's gonna do and go from there. Because I haven't done a trans brake launch on it. Okay.
Shit, we could drag it, could we not?
Well, you'd have to move.
Oh, yeah.
This will give you a time.
What?
Yeah. Hit start. This is actually a tree.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to light up yellow. When it does, you go ahead and floor it on the trans brake. As soon as that turns green, release the trans brake. shift into high and
Like normal shift, just let it get up to.
whatever you, just like you're making a pass.
Well, we're just gonna try to make 10 pounds.
Yeah.
What's that duty cycle normally look like, Moo? Any idea?
12 and a half was, no, that was my boost curve was 12 and a half. Like that. I don't, to be honest, no, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe just try 20% and see what it does.
That'll give us a bunch.
Oh, well, okay.
John got so excited, he shut the computer.
I did! Oh no, you deleted it. Same results.
200 horse, Moo. Good work.
So it made 723 rear wheel on that pole.
Nice.
That was awesome. You can shut it down. Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't see rubber behind it. There was something in the last car.
Yeah, it may have spun just a little bit, but it was pretty decent.
We can actually see, so blue is engine RPM. So he shifted at 78,
Damn, I'm good.
and then it dropped to 65.
What we just learned here, folks, is second gear does work.
No, not under power, or under big power it does not. Because it shifted worse with Scott, and it shifted on my bypass.
It ran a 606. Is that about what that should have ran?
On what? Something that hooks?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
So 606, 121.
Was that about I don't know how long. I just kind of let out of it after I thought it was kind of a while. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of when
Freaked out.
when you released the trans brake, I was like, man, this ain't a good spot to be staying. Let me get the out of here.
It took though. That was kind of cool. Yeah, that's definitely the same thing on brake and everything.
Yeah. So when I put my hand up, you put it on the chip. When I drop my hand, go, and then I'll wave at you to stop. Do you have a tranny dipstick? Yeah, right there. I'll start it up and let's check tranny fluid. Bone dry.
So I put my force in an aftershock. A favor. The converter was cool when I put it in, and I didn't empty the pan when I took it back.
Dude,
It was already dry.
it is completely dry. That's where your horsepower is at, I'm guessing.
It doesn't, but it
I
does.
did this for 3 hours at the shop. I had it up on a lift, I put it in park, put it in neutral, moved it back and forth for 10 minutes. I went out to the driveway, drove it.
Now, there is one thing, it's leaning forward a little bit,
That should
but the
make it
dipstick's
better.
in the front of the,
Yeah.
that would make it better. I've got,
Just don't
I've got 20 weight
I literally put
right here.
I put 5 quarts of it in at the shop, which really what they should only have 7.
No, this thing probably holds 10 or 12.
Oh, it does? They told me. No, I don't know.
You should. Hey, don't listen to the other guy that's got transmission problems.
You? Yeah, no.
No, you're right. Mine now, I put enough in it, pukes it out by the gallon every.
Well, that was when I first did this. That's
not
all it
falling
did.
for that.
When we get done with this, there should be a little tranny fluid on the floor if it's right.
Really?
And maybe a little motor oil if we're really done.
Yeah.
Pushing a little hard. Tranny fluid.
I
and
put that
motor-
one in, then we'll check it.
Motor oil
'Cause it wasn't
and
even a
rods.
drip on there.
Right? Is that what they said? Rods? Or something? Rods? Block?
Maddie, we're really gonna have to put you in charge of babysitting Moo.
Trust me, I did this. Did it.
That's we probably need another one, but
Yeah.
Like I said, the transmission was completely full, and then the converter I put in was completely
that's
full.
only 1.5 so far.
Yeah, boys. A little better. I think that'll be a good start.
out the rest of the way, it lost 50 horsepower because it didn't have boost helping it. The motor just couldn't breathe up there.
So technically I needed to shift sooner.
On only 4 pounds, yeah. The spike you see right here, they said you have to ignore. That is when you hit the gear change, it hits the load sensor real hard. So the spike is not. So that pull really made 375. But if it's only a couple pounds of boost, that's not bad.
We pinned the gate shut. Just kidding. We turned CO2 back on. I put on 10%. You know, for some reason, the first pass, it made way more than it should have on that percentage, like on 13. So I just turned it down some. We'll see kind of what it does. Hopefully, it only makes 13, 14 pounds. Hopefully.
To keep traction, that's going to be better.
Yeah,
a smoother range.
Yep, we won't hit 20 till after the shift.
Okay.
So first gear.
So what we learned is I can start the tree on here, and it won't start the timer till the wheels roll.
Oh.
So I'm going to start it. I'm going to let it go green on here before I even tell you to go on the brake. That way you're not. And then basically when you get to the chip, you just take off. You don't have to wait for me. And then when you get to 7,200, or I could run it to 75, then just let out and let it coast to a stop.
In second gear.
And drive. Yeah, make your pass.
High gear.
Yeah, you're never supposed to hit the brakes. You're always supposed to let it slow itself down. Yeah. Basically, when I say go after that, just floor it. And I would say run it to 72, 7,300, then just let out. Because I'm sure we don't need to go 126. I think I should make the test stop at 120. How fast is this car going to go? His power's going to be falling off.
That's fine. Yeah, yep.
So, okay, so we'll do...
Well, yeah, because I'm going a lot faster than 40 in first gear.
So we'll do 50 to 120. And... So this would be a regular power pull, high gear, 50 to 120. 14 pounds of boost, and it showed 729 rear wheel. So we're thinking if it's like 850 flywheel, by the time you calculate drivetrain loss, that's 730. Pretty much, if on 14 pounds of boost, you can double NA horsepower. It basically doubles it. So you'd probably guess a 5.3 with a cam makes maybe 400 flywheel. So 14 pounds would be 800, and then figure up drivetrain loss, and you end up right about 730.
What about the fuel?
And Adam actually has fuel calculations for Holly, and it figured up what 715 rear wheel. So that's kind of cool that Holly's, if you can calculate it and get it that close. But the biggest win was we didn't know how close the numbers that we thought we were making calculated into rear wheel on a this situation. It's right there.